Happy Halloween. So, well, it's Halloween and it's 4:48 p.m. on Halloween. So basically my goal is to record this intro to week 7 um, over the next, I don't know, 12 minutes. And then, I don't know, Halloween starts, I guess. Um, this is a trial run right now. I'm a burrito with hair in it. So let's see. What do you need to know about week 7? A few things. One, I want to just show you the syllabus. Let's go back to the syllabus here for a minute. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Week 7, prompt reply number 1 is due. Don't forget that. So the time capsule assignment is due this week. I'm going to jump around a little bit. I put steps here for, didn't I? No. PR1 steps. I will put steps for how to submit that assignment, how to turn it in, but it's easy. It's the same as the last assignment, meaning you create contact sheets, you edit your master files, you create your web versions, and you turn it all in via the OneDrive, right? The one thing that's a little bit different is that with the last assignment, the Order Out of Chaos assignment, I had you keep your photographs in the realm of reality in the editing of those photographs, whereas from this point forward, you have free reign to do whatever you think. It makes your pictures get across the idea more. You know, you want to make your pictures black and white, you want to make your pictures lighter, darker, etc. You can do that from here on out. Okay. In fact, it might make sense to go black and white for this assignment, given the examples that we looked at: Robert Frank, Farm Security Administration, etc. So let's see, what else do you need to know? Now, also, I put a screencast here for how to create a digital negative. Now, this is looking ahead, okay? The week of, I think it's November 15th, that week. I'll go ahead and pre-tell you right now that on the 11th and the 15th, I think that'd be the Thursday and the Monday, I will not be available for Zoom. I'm going to be traveling during that time, and I can't, my life's a little too loose those 2 days to even be able to know where I'm going to be at that specific time. But I am still happy to just meet with you if you want to meet, okay? And that goes all the time, frankly. So if you need to catch up, if you want to have a little conference, just send me a message and we'll Zoom it up, okay? I can do that on the road. I just can't commit to those specific normal Zoom office hour times. But this digital negative, now note, you need to complete this and have it turned in by the 8th. The reason the 8th is because I need to then gather them, assemble them, go through them, make sure they're all done right, possibly tweak them a little bit to make them a little better. And then I give those to Ian, our lab tech, and Ian then prints a negative for you. Okay, so you are going to take one of the pictures that you have already made, a master file for either time capsule project or the Order Out of Chaos assignment, or it could be something completely different if you want. Just make a master file of a different image. And you are going to watch that screencast, create a digital negative, and get it turned in by the 8th. And then, the week of the 15th, you will go to Clark College. You will make an appointment with Ian to go to Clark College, and you will pick up a packet. That packet will contain 5 sheets of sensitized cyanotype paper and the negative of your image that you will use to create a print on one of those sheets of sensitized cyanotype paper, okay? So know that that is coming up. And as we look at this syllabus, the thing about the syllabus is that it might seem like the class is sort of lightening up a little bit for the remaining weeks, but really what that's all about is I'm just trying to give a little more flexibility, some of you need to catch up. Some of you are a little bit behind. Well, some of you are a lot behind. Anyway, so this week, where it says connecting the dots part 3, nope, didn't do anything. Like, I forgot that basically the screencasts, I've already given you all the screencasts with the exception of the ones that are included in next week's for the connecting the dots. So that part you're good on. Prompt reply number 1, time capsule, that's due this week. Prompt reply number 2 goes out this week. Let's take a look at that. That assignment, which, oh, whoops, I'm in the wrong week here. Here we go. Prompt reply number 2, grab bag. So this assignment is called the grab bag assignment because basically I'm giving you four different prompts to choose from. Okay, one of them, half empty, half full. This is about our relationship with nature and landscape. All of the assignment prompts are kind of set in the context of the connecting the dots screencasts and the list, right? There are also other examples here, and I recommend read the other examples, look at the other examples to get a sense of it. They're all things that are specific to that prompt. Yes, there are the ones that we've talked about, but then there are also some others here. So, half empty, half full. Ansel Adams, Robert Adams, Len Gential. I guess we didn't talk about Len Gential, but we did talk about them. We talked about the New Topographics movement. We talked about Edward Bertinsky. You know, so those are all examples, as well as these other photographers. Sense of place, a lot of different ways you can deal with that. Let's see, within this list, these are all new prompts with the exception of Gregory Crewdson is the one photographer from the Connecting the Dots and from the list that is included as examples here. But there are a handful of others as well, and specific projects that are basically the creation and, I say creation of a place, because as the photographer, what you're doing is you're creating the meaning. You're creating what's important about a place, okay? Thicker Than Water is about family. And specifically in the screencast, we look at Nan Goldman. Now, I understand that Nan Goldman did not photograph her family, but I'd also argue, yeah, she did. She photographed her people, her immediate friends that function as her family. Some of these other examples, though, include Sally Mann, who did photograph her immediate family, and then a handful of other photographers who all make beautiful and poignant projects about their family. The key with family is, like, you gotta push beyond cute. The truth is, and this might sound harsh, no one cares how cute your kid is when they are smiling at the camera, or your dog, right? When your kid and dog are smiling at the camera. It's not about cute, it's about getting beyond that, about getting deeper than that into something a little more real. There's also a prompt here called Layers of Meaning. This one I think is especially fascinating because it's about the importance of context, okay? And how we can use photography, but wrap it around a statement, perhaps it's just words, a statement, a story, or in the context of historical images to create meaning. So what am I talking about? You want to know what the hell I'm talking about. Let's look at 3. Whoops, that's a bad link. Is that really what that did? That is really what that did. Okay, well, let me see if I'll fix that link. Let's look at Susan Schubert. She is a local, I'm losing my tortilla. She's a local photographer, and I want you to just sort of look through these pictures with me for a second. Quiet, black and white, mostly woodsy, but Some seem a little on the edge. We're like the edge of civilization, you know. I would say it's not a crazy guess that these maybe exist within the context of the half empty, half full prompt, what we looked at when we talked about New Topographics and Robert Adams and Edward Bertinsky and this idea of nature and our relationship with it. But it changes everything when you know that the full title of the series is The 10 Most Popular Places to Dump a Body in the Columbia River Gorge. And Susan Schubert did this project out of research, you know? And so that is one way to manipulate context. Now, I've got a couple other projects here. One is this project by Tara Ray. It's a book she made called Too Tired for Sunshine. Unfortunately, the photos themselves don't seem to exist on her website, but there are a few that I'll just pull up via the Google image search. This one here and this one here, I think are really good examples of photographs that come out of the everyday, right? Like, they're just normal pictures, normal life. They don't seem overly constructed, built, fabricated, etc. But they speak beyond donut and cute. They both sort of had this level of like sad, right? Even like I'd call it a sort of like deadpan comedy sort of sad. Now, Too Tired for Sunshine, the whole idea behind the book and the larger project that she took on is that it's a book about depression. And it's a book about her dealing with her own depression and working through that depression and, you know, making photographs in the course of the day-to-day, but those photographs sort of metaphorically work as almost like often stand-ins for one's state of mind, right? Another project listed within those examples for the layers of meaning prompt is this project by Joel Sternfeld. Now, he's a photographer who I think these pictures are really interesting because for the most part, I think they're a little bit quiet and boring. Now, I mean that as kind of a compliment, okay? Like, I think this photo is really interesting because it's just like, you know, someone's carport. It's this combination of yellow and brown. Bad banana, with this little rainbow thermometer hanging there that has this sort of almost ironic little positivity going to it. But then look at all the stains in the concrete. You know, a little gross. Now, the book on this site comes out of him more or less reading and collecting newspaper clippings from stories that were just like tragic and haunted him. Okay? Yoshihiro Hattori, a 16-year-old Japanese exchange student, was on his way to a Halloween party when he was shot and killed in this carport at 8:30 p.m. on October 17, 1992. Confused about the address of the party and attracted by Halloween decorations, Hattori and his American host student knocked on the front door. Bonnie Pears, startled by the two boys in costume, called for her husband to get his gun. When Rodney Pears opened the carport door, Hattori, thinking he had found the party, ran towards him. Frightened, Pears ordered him to freeze. Hattori barely understood English and didn't stop. He was shot and killed. Pears was acquitted of manslaughter under a Louisiana law that allows citizens to use deadly force when protecting themselves or their homes from intruders. These pictures all have this layer of memorial, okay, where they are were involved. Yeah, they're basically either locations where tragedies occurred or were somehow connected to larger tragedies. But one of the things that I think is so interesting about the way that he photographs is that the tragedy itself in each of these is like this quiet underlayer, and we don't get it until we get to the text involved with each. So anyway, there are a lot of different ways that you can incorporate this idea of layers of meaning. Okay, you can also use photographs and rephotograph photographs. You know, a lot of different ways you can do this. So anyway, I guess all I'm going to say at this point is think about this. And if there's something that you want to do, feel free to run it by me. You know, feel free to brainstorm with me. I'm happy to help. I do want you to note that this is not due until November 29. Now, one of the things that I'm doing here in terms of the calendar is we're coming to a point where I'm letting this not be due until the 29th. And we've got this analog explorations assignment coming up that'll be due the following week. And next week, I'm giving you a time travel assignment, which is specifically a Photoshop heavy assignment. That will also be due there toward the end, I guess December 6th. One of the reasons that I'm sort of loosening up with the timelines, the due dates here at the end, is simply to give everyone a chance to try to catch up and also recognize that we have Thanksgiving coming up and weather is a little harder to work around these days. And so you really have to think ahead and plan. Okay, so let's see. Is there anything else that I need to address? I will fix the Susan Schubert link. I'll post the prompt, how to turn in the prompt reply assignment before I post this. This short lecture about the layers of meaning prompt. Actually, I'll kill that link and I'll just put this in the intro. How to create a digital negative. So watch that digital negative thing. Turn in your prompt reply number 1 assignment. I did put another screencast here about Photoshop and how to add text and borders to images. You might want to do that for the assignment that you're turning in now. Probably not, but you will want to know how to do that. For example, if you try the layers of meaning prompt. Other than that, picture document number 4 is coming up, and I guess I will also post a quiz, an attendance and participation quiz for this week. I think that's it. So let me know if any questions. I hope that Halloween goes well for you. I feel like my costume is maybe a little warm for my tastes. I don't know. This was a trial run. Frankly, I'm sweating underneath here. Anyway, so I hope you're well, and see you soon. Bye.